Hey, hi. I hope I didn't start too early there. I hope that you're feeling somewhat balanced during this very intense energetic shift, energetic storm, in some places, literally a storm that's unfolding all over the world and in our collective energy body right now. Happy perihelion. For anyone unaware, that is the moment at which a foreign interstellar object called 3I Atlas makes its closest approach to the sun. Obviously, naturally affecting the energy grid of our entire solar system, of our Earth itself, and of our individual physical bodies. That is part of what inspired me to go on live today and try to intuit a bit about what's happening. The physical sensations have been insane, the mental realizations, the sense of clarity, the way that every spiritual tool that I've made use of, prayer, meditation, presence, breath work, I've made use of that today. I even made use of it for the first time as intentionally as I did with my parenting, and that worked. It was incredible. It's so amazing. Before I continue, I just want to get some laundry out the way. I wanted to provide an energy update on my own presence via the cards, the pulling and stuff. I feel called to couple each of these intuitive channelings with reading. Not sure how long that's going to go for, where I will do this, end this live stream, and then start another separate live stream on a card pull and allow the cards to have to speak and take their own stage, Again, not sure how long I'm going to do that for. And just to remind everybody, as a sort of gift and like offering of gratitude, now that I'm settling more into making myself available in this way, I'm going to offer it as a gift. For tuning into my work, should you tune in, then you'd know by now that I'm offering free readings, so you can just reach out to me. Only if you watch my stuff will you know. So if you're watching this, don't spread the news. Keep it a secret. Let it just be between the community who actually tunes into my shit. Free readings, DM me wherever I'm available, and I can make something work. So as well, don't be surprised if you see me live streaming again following this one. On the physical sensations, I just want to mention and give acknowledgement to the thin line regarding the experience of ascension symptoms and actual illnesses and needing to rely on big pharma. I'd also like to remind everyone to be aware of that line and just generally be aware of the line of insanity. While it is that we are living very energetic lives, we do need to be realistic about how much our energy can like push out, how much influence we can kind of gain with the knowledge we know, with the awareness. You cannot jump from 0 to 100. You can't jump from just now finding out about the probability of telepathy to being able to communicate quickly, telepathically with someone. That's just an example. Please try to be realistic about your experience, which is to say that if there's any symptoms, regardless of whether or not they're ascension, whether or not they have to do with ascension, if you experience any symptoms that interrupt your productivity according to however it is that you live, that interrupt the way that you live, that feel uncomfortable enough to be alarming, you know your body, then I would highly recommend going for a checkup. But if you're like me and you feel totally called to push the limits of everything about this living experience, then we brave on through everything that we feel and try to maintain presence through every sensation, taking each moment as it comes, because realistically speaking, that is the best we can do. Through everything we feel and process, we can really only take each moment as it comes. Can't predict the future. Please be realistic about that. By being present, most importantly, presence is really it's the most sure ticket out of any emotional storm or wave that you feel like you can't ride. So yeah, the symptoms that I've been experiencing have been very nervous system based, to be honest. And I feel it in the sense that it's very fingers, teeth, toes, bottom of my feet. Lots of womb action as well, which is fascinating. My womb felt very active, as if I'm about to start my period, but I just finished it. And what else? Obviously, if it affects my nervous system and my mind is going, I have some moments where I experience intense brain fog, and then usually when the nighttime comes, actually, I experience a very intense wave of like clarity, and I just want to work and channel and research and think. I just want to think. I love those moments, although awkwardly timed, very, very fun, because it always brings about really healing realizations about my life and blockages that I may have been unable to clear before, which is something that you should open yourself up to as well. An experience that I think is collective, where you experience a slowness, stagnancy, and exhaustion at some point during the day, and then at another point you experience enough clarity to be able to save yourself, heal yourself, make huge breakthroughs, psychological breakthroughs. Very random, but very much likely during this time. Also, again, beware of your dreams. Beware of the cross communication between your dreams and your living reality. I had a dream last night of somebody. I couldn't catch what their vibe was, and I barely remember what they were doing, but I saw their face. And then today they sent me a random text, and the whole conversation itself was so random. So I still have a lot to uncover via the symbolism and experience of what's happening there. But lots of that is happening, synchronicities in that sense. Also, just to extend on that experience, where it may be that you find these. You find you have these spiritual, synchronistic, or energetic occurrences, but you can't pinpoint them completely. You don't fully understand them. Wait out for the answer. The answer will come directly to you, which also links to my chat about you needing to prioritize the truth in your center, your truth from within, searching the answers there versus searching the answers outside of yourself. So yes, I'm offering readings. Yes, I'm doing card pulls. I intend on doing them more regularly, but you don't need that. You don't need that from you don't need any yap from anywhere outside of yourself but yourself. That muscle is the star of the show right now. We need to do everything we can. I was like leaning off my chair. We need to do everything we can to stay grounded enough to be able to hear what our inner truths and our centers and our inner wells of peace have to tell us. Mind keeps repeating the need to stay still, to be still. And I mean this in the sense that I've been pushing against my reality, trying to figure out more ways to get more. As I'm sure we all have. The survival frequency is very inspirational in terms of putting a fire under your ass to figure out how to get more money. Feels like that is the general rhetoric. How can we get more money, more assets, more generational wealth, more. My inner response has always been from a place of be still. Very Four of Swords, Temperance. I'm receiving a little bit of judgment. I say I'm not going to pull cards, and yet I'm just yapping about. But these are the vibes. Anyway, the sense of judgment is very much in the air right now regarding the spiritual intensity of these times and taking stock of the amount of spiritual work that you have done, how seriously you've been taking it, how much you've dedicated to it. You'll know by now where it stands, where you need to prioritize it. I, for example, this has been a very central part of my life for years now. And I'm only just awakening, like just now, as of maybe like a month ago, to a new way of interacting and being with this world that I wasn't aware of before. I think that's something that's going to happen collectively. It's part of the awakening process that I was tapping into, that I felt would happen in bouts amongst communities and in waves, as it has been happening, honestly, since COVID, even pre-COVID. But anyway, what else? What else? Lots of the changes, again, as I'd mentioned before, via this perihelion and the influence of 3i Atlas, and the sun itself is also interacting with this, lots of planetary alignment, there's so much, but it's all largely internal. Please remember that and be patient with your process as you journey on into your life expectant, because there's also that frequency that is kind of making its way. Sorry, the contrast. There's an expectancy that feels to be building, like an excitement. I think we're all feeling into how close we are, how possible everything is, how possible it is to dream, how many more doors there are. Feels like there are more doors appearing in front of us, whether open, closed. It's more just like, wow, there's actually a lot to do. There's so much that we can create. There's so many avenues to make money. There's so many ways to perceive a situation so that you can understand it from a place of love and not fear, so that you feel empowered and not scared. Like the possibility of experience is really opening for us in a very beautiful way that really will need consistent grounding and work to stay centered so that we don't get blown away by the winds of change, but also so that we don't get impatient and we don't lose our way along the journey, lose hope, lose focus. It is a matter of timing now. It's really just a matter of time. That line is settled just now for the first time. It's quite literally a matter of time. Oh my God, I've never understood that line like that before saying it right now on this live. That's incredible. Yeah, so that while it is that you are a very patient person, we are a very patient group of people. God knows that, our souls know that, everyone alive knows that, whether or not they know us, they know we're patient. Just try to practice more of it as much as you can. And while you wait in the interim of your dreams taking manifest and where you are now, that gap, I promise you, is so small. It might feel extremely long, dramatically long because of how long we've waited. But it is coming. Please trust that. And know that, between what you do, between now and this moment and what you will do when your plans and your dreams come manifest, between now and then is totally up to you. It's already coming. It's basically already here. So you have this, it's kind of like, I'm getting the sense of like being on leave or some shit, where there's really nothing expectant of you right now. There is genuinely, there's nothing more you can do right now. Really, you can do whatever you want. Nothing's going to change the fact that your dreams are going to come true, and nothing is going to take you any further away from them coming true. Like the date is set, the contracts have been signed. It's all set in stone. It's like, I'm getting the image of like a cloth. The cloth is draped over the building, the car, whatever it is, this dream of yours. The cloth is draped. It's just a matter of going, ta-da, it's already there. You know what I mean? It's there. The cake is baked. Do you get me? Even if you take, literally, even if you fall into a pit of depression right now and you somehow think you think repetitive negative loops about how your dreams are not going to manifest. They are still going to manifest. What it is that you wanted is still going to come into fruition. That is how concrete everything is. That is also how close you are to experiencing everything. Everything. There feels to be an acceleration of some kind as well, in that the acceleration in the scientific sense, where it's like we're being suctioned out. That part is like it's happening right now. Time is doing a crazy thing. October really rushed to finish off, and I think November is really rushing to come. More specifically December though, which is when Three-Eye Atlas will be closest to the Earth. I don't know what the term of that is. I'll figure it out though. I've been keeping up very studiously, like a student, with Stefan Burns and his information, and Pam Gregory and her information, her astrological information regarding the influences. It's going to be a crazy next few months, right up until March 2026. And I think that what we are feeling physically, everything we're processing energetically, as I've mentioned in previous channelings and readings, is something we need to start getting used to. It is not time to cower away. It is not time to feel afraid or hide or make ourselves small. We have already gone this far. We've done so much work. And at this point, we've done enough work to be able to sit, like it's happening. It's happening. There's nothing left for us to do but to keep happening, to keep going, really. Doesn't matter what you do from this point onwards. I'm getting the frequency. I'm feeling called to adamantly remind you not to overthink. Please release the habit of overthinking. You have done enough of that. And I'm also getting the sense that a lot of our habits of overthinking was toxically laced with judgment, which in itself was a huge blockage for our manifestation. So that's something that's kind of one of our next hurdles to tackle, is the overthinking, and and facing all of the distractions that take us away from presence. So overthinking is definitely one. Judgment is definitely one. Criticizing, likely a Virgo placement, maybe an Aries placement, or Scorpio placement, or Capricorn placement. A sign or person. Just stick with person. A person who's very particular about how things go. Your criticism. Oh, you may be somebody who's used criticism as a tool for self-improvement. That needs to stop now. While it may have been helpful in your healing journey, speaking for myself, it was very helpful at some point to self-analyze, break down, just psychoanalyze the shit out of myself. But now it's no longer useful. There are a lot of habits that we've picked up in our healing journey that have kept us meticulous in how observant we are of ourselves and of others, but it now needs to be released, as it started to become a blockage, and it's interfering with our ability to connect with people and to manifest. So please be aware of that. Please stay hydrated. That is, I think, one of the most underrated tools of these times is water. Drinking it, placing it by your bedside, and using it as a tool as a spiritual tool for yourself. I've been using it. It's been my experience, putting a bowl of water by my bed and welcoming whatever energies that are coming with Three-Eye Atlas. And it's been working. Today has felt really, really incredible. Obviously, alongside the perihelion itself, I don't doubt that even if it's just a placebo effect, that action of placing the water next to my bed really, really helped. I've been trying to be as intentional as possible with every moment and trying to tap into breath work like a maniac. That's another frequency that's come up. The need to find something to let you drive you crazy. The genius gene, or the genius characteristic, and how it's normally reminiscent. Reminiscent, is that the word? It normally matches with a sense of madness, I guess it's a part of why and I opened this channeling with it is because I do think that there's a collective of us who are slightly worried about being mad. Like there's a certain kind of craziness that we have to be okay with in order to really welcome in these frequencies in this new earth and shit. And I think we all know that. And it's kind of insane. It really is a level of magic that we are committing to manifesting into our lives and embodying, and it's it's scary. It's new, never before seen. We are also in never before seen times. Everything about being alive right now is truly unprecedented. Please don't take that for granted as you go through everything, go through the motions of your daily practices. And also don't be surprised if your daily routine takes a shift. Please forgive yourself for waking up late and changing schedules and the brain fog, not knowing left from right, forgetting things. Forgive yourself for all of your lagging brain functions, as it is that you are quite literally a lagging machine right now. You're getting an update, so, Windows shuts your computer down when you get an update, right? The world is blessed, so lucky to still have you functioning, even at bare minimum. You know what I mean? Try to forgive others as well, as I'm feeling particularly into this, I'm feeling into a kind of energy that goes pew, pew, or like a fire that gets lit and a hand or a cat paw, more particularly because cats are so condescending, and I love how they kind of just they'll just swat something or move something away. It feels like that's a lot of what's happening right now. Like there's a lot of energy at our disposal, as has been for quite a few months now, honestly. But right now, the amount of energy is so, honestly, it feels palpable and alive enough to be able to speak back to us, to let us know what needs to happen. So I experienced something today where I felt the palpable energy. I was very rushy. I was very quick-tongued and quick to be angry with people. And it's almost as if, well, I suppose it's the inner wisdom, energy, whatever you want to call it. I receive a response back from my inner reality that said, girl, you don't have to do that. Slow down. Don't be so angry. I've been trying to laugh more, so the response back will kind of be like, you're so crazy. Like a cute little hee. Another remedy for these times as well, regardless of what you're going through, and even a pick-me-up, even if you're going through a high, something that can elevate you through the roof is laughter. If you can find laughter out of anything, just make it a joke. Don't make it a joke. Whatever, just laugh, okay? That's the point. Laugh. Make sure you're laughing, smiling more often, as much as you can. When you meditate, do so with a slight smile on your face, just a little, Do some yoga with Adrienne. She's infamous for reminding you to smile during yoga. She's the best. And keep up with that too. Your body's health, movement. Please, even if it's daily walks, daily stretches, very important. To my 30 pluses, I promise you it will do wonders for our mental health, which again is kind of tanking, no? In general, though, whether you're tanking or not, we are really seeking joy. And I think especially for us 90 millennials, the joy will find us back. Actually, collectively, we're all seeking joy. The joy will find us back, but we do have to keep up. We have to fight back, The fight is there. It is offered to you. I have started taking the supplements and things that I said I'd take a few readings ago, Califos, and I picked up vitamin B and selenium. Brilliant. It's been 2 days. I feel changed, like on every level. I love pills. I love it. I love drugs. I love pharmaceuticals. I love everything about how far we've come as a humanity, and we can only go further, honestly. Celebrate that. Celebrate everything you can, as often as you can, even for no reason at all. You deserve it. You are alive during the craziest times in all of existence, ever, forever. recorded and pre-recorded. You understand? This is crazy. It's crazy. So congratulations to you. Thank you to you. And let's just keep this shit up, keep it up. Please be aware of more energetic spikes and shifts throughout the month, specifically the beginning of November and the beginning of December. Obviously, more updates will come from all corners of the community. So keep your ears and eyes out. We're all trying to help each other. And stay open, because there is a lot happening. Mostly exciting, incredibly miraculous. Everything about this is miraculous. Thank you so, so much for watching. And I will see you in my next live stream.